Hello, I hope that you saw part one of the message that Aegon gave me. This is part two, but just to recap, on Wednesday, April 16th, Aegon nudged my shoulder by moving the muscles gently to tell me he had a message. He spelled it out on the pendulum, and then I deciphered that meaning, typed it up, asked him if that was accurate. He said yes. And then I made more notes, asked him if that was accurate. He said yes. And the bigger message is about the 9 archetypal wounds, which are also societal ailments. The message that he spelled out was a healthy dosage of seasonal life gifts have other 9 medical demands for world. And so this is going to be a long message that he has. There's deeper meaning to that. So for each one of the 9 archetypal wounds that are the societal ailments on my Substack, I will have a post that details what those are. How Source is giving us the tools that we need to awaken us or heal in some way, depending on what that wound is and how it manifests in our own personal life. So they are giving us tools in some way, shape, or form for us to recognize that these wounds are being healed by Source. And our spirit guides are helping to make sure that we are aware of those tools that are being provided. So for a full list of all 9 societal ailments and the deeper understanding of the message from Aegon and how the seasonal life gifts are that healthy dose that are meeting the medical demands of these 9 ailments, that's going to be on my Substack. And it will be a paid post. So if you are not a current follower or subscriber of my Substack, you can click the link tree in my bio and scroll down to podcast and Substack, and you'll see the Substack that says Magical Mimi's Substack. That's the one that you want to go to. This is not going to be on the Divinity Chronicles. This is for my deeper dives that I get from Source, or maybe I talk about how to honor the moon. I talk about some tarot readings that I get. It's for my personal psychic messages that I have. So I hope you will become a subscriber. And again, this deeper understanding will be a paid post only. So if that's something that you feel called to do, or if you can afford it, then by all means, I hope you will become a paid subscriber. If you can't do it because of finances, I totally understand. Times are chaotic and hard for a lot of people. So to recap 1 through 7, we had disconnection, grief, shame, scarcity, oppression, rage. Rage was my favorite because people are rediscovering their divine righteous rage and channeling it right now. And the planetary alignments that are in Aries are really aiding in that. And then the last one that I mentioned in the previous video is fear. And I talked about the tools and how perhaps I am a tool for those that follow me and find my messages to be comforting in this time in which we live that brings up a lot of fear. I know what my divine plan is, what my mission is right now, and it is that to spread that hope, to be that tool for the collective, right? And I've gotten a lot of comments and private messages from people, so I know that for them I am that tool. Maybe I'm not for you that tool to help you with any type of fear, and that's perfectly okay. I don't have to be a tool for everybody. I know where I'm needed, and I know that in whatever way I'm needed, it's going to resonate with that person. So perhaps I provide something different for you that has nothing to do with fear. And I appreciate you being here. And before I get in, you know what? Let me just remind you, like this little icon here, this photo, if you see a plus sign, that means you're actually not following me. So you should probably click on it. You should follow me. So then you'll get notifications as well. Because actually, if you go to my profile and you hit the bell icon, then that means you get notifications because you're a follower and you want like actual notifications. So something to think about. Only do it if you feel called, of course. Now for the last two, because there are messages attached to this that I actually wanted to give to the collective. I want everybody to have these messages that I channeled my higher self to understand the bigger message for these last two societal ailments that I want all of you to have, because I know that it's the dosage of hope that you really need right now. The eighth societal wound is wounding of the feminine and inner child. So this is a loss of innocence, suppression of intuitive gifts, and creativity having been wounded in some way, shape, or form. Source is providing and also has been providing tools for each individual to heal their inner child and the feminine side of themselves. And this began at the beginning of the rise of the divine feminine. And perhaps for some individuals, it started before the rise of the divine feminine, because everybody has a different healing journey and awakening journey. So the tools that have been provided, they are being used so you can get in touch with your intuition and your creativity again. And the intuitive message that I had for this is, may it flow again, like a creek thawing in spring and flowing fully in summer. That's the seasonal message that I intuitively thought of. And so I hope that resonates with whoever it needs to resonate with. The channeled message from my higher self for this wounding of the feminine and inner child is this. Now each person who has recognized those gifts and tools that the divine provided, they are now seeing the seeds of healing bloom in their own garden. They are becoming more aligned with their soul, but also with the collective. I have a lot for number 9 here. But Source really wants you to know that they're proud of you for recognizing the tools at the moment they've been given and using those tools so you can heal that wound within yourself, which aids in the collective healing. Each person taking the time to heal themselves heals the collective. So your individual healing has a really large impact on the world as a whole. So I am proud of you, and I hope you're proud of yourself. The last societal ailment, number 9, is separation from sacred purpose. And this is feeling lost without a soul mission. Okay. And so Source has provided tools to aid in the awakening, which lead to their soul remembrance, which has helped each to discover their soul's mission. And so some of those tools are books, it's TikTok videos, it's people seeing psychics to understand their past lives, or maybe their mission on earth. Maybe you've had a pendulum reading with me where you have discovered your spirit guides, or maybe in the pendulum reading you have discovered your soul's mission and literally your soul's origin and who you are, whether or not you are a goddess that's been reincarnated or the divine masculine god to that goddess as well, because I have done that for some divine masculines that have their divine feminine counterpart in their life, and it's quite beautiful to do that for both counterparts. So it could be something like that. And when we learn our soul's origin, we become more in alignment with why we came here at this time and what our actual purpose is. And so for a long time, that's been suppressed. And now people are waking up. And if you are on that journey and you feel called to have a session with me where you can discover that, or even just need confirmation of things that you have discovered, you need somebody else to confirm it through your spirit guides, or even I can ask Aegon too if you want, or Grandpa George because he's Odin. So if whichever one you wanted, I could do to confirm what you're being told, because sometimes hearing it from somebody else makes it more real. It's less crazy, less wild. It's more real. It resonates stronger. And so if that's something you need, I'm here for you. And all you have to do is go to the link tree in my bio and you can book a session with me. That's the only way you can have a session with me. I don't ever reach out via DM. So I just want to take that moment and say that. So if you got a message from me saying that I got a psychic message about you, it wasn't me. I wouldn't do that. That's it's kind of a weird thing to do. Just a little bit weird. Just gonna say that. Well, unethical and weird. But anyways, back to the message. So for the 9th societal ailment, the message that I put together for all of you from my higher self is this. Many are blooming fully now, just as the crocuses and daffodils. The tulips and hydrangeas will bloom soon. Next, the hostas and roses, the daisies and rose of Sharon. Eventually, the jasmine will bloom along with the honeysuckle. Then the chrysanthemums decide its time. Every flower blooms as nature intends at their own time. So do we. We each have our own journey. So if you are still awakening to your journey to the discovery of your soul's mission, no worries. You'll bloom when the time is right. Keep watering and add fertilizer if needed. All is in divine order and time. That's my message from my higher self to all of you. I will also be putting that message on Substack. If you are not able to become a paid subscriber of my Substack, the 2 most important messages that everyone needs, I just gave it to you, my loves. I hope that feeds your soul, fills your cup up, makes your light shine brighter. You need more understanding for all the others. Head to my Substack. Link is in the bio. Until next time, peace be with you.